Welcome to The Breakdown, episode 633, sponsored by Gemini. What is happening? That's right, let's do it again. Gemini is a proud sponsor of The Breakdown. Again, this is episode 633. Go to Gemini.com/David J to see the lineup of credit cards that Gemini has to offer, all issued by WebBank. That's right. Bitcoin credit card, XRP credit card, and the Solana credit card. Up to 5% back on your purchases this month. Up to 5% back. Terms apply. Go take a look. Also, click the link with my pretty face on it. Click the link. All right? Sign up to Gemini. Sign up to Gemini. I'll get to the whole, I can't sign up to Gemini. Sign up to Gemini, though. If you can sign up to Gemini using my link, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Let's freaking go. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 633, The Breakdown, sponsored by Gemini, of course. Sponsored by Gemini. Good show this week. I shouldn't say, well, hold on. Good shows this week. We had some really good shows. Shout out to all the Clippers. I am the only person out here that is supporting all the Clippers that are working tirelessly, hard, clipping up some of this content that's out here on these streets. I am out here. Feel like I'm the union leader. I'm out here advocating for you. We are waiting for the overlay, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting for the overlay. That's right. Numbers came in. I want to talk about the numbers that came in. And before for anybody who's just coming onto this stream, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, also coming soon, Facebook and Instagram. Still working on it. I don't know what the fucking issue is. Don't ask me, man. I click buttons for a living, bro. Like, don't ask me what the fuck is going on. But the numbers came out for the DG brand. Numbers came out. Let's go to the numbers. All right. So for last week, not this week, for last week, here are the numbers for last week. Anybody tuning in? For the DG brand, right? This is week 6, by the way. We're going into week 6. Week 6 here. And it's Thursday, by the way, December 4th, 12:06 p.m. We're a 2-hour show now. It's only because of you guys. Seriously, it's only because of you guys. Obviously, our guests that have come on, that we are now a 2-hour show, and I'm hoping that we hit 3 hours. I'm hoping that we do a 3-hour show. I hope that's what the people want. We're working also on something really cool. I don't want to give it away because then I don't want everybody to copycat me, because it's a copycat game right now. I've always wore a suit. Now people are wearing suits. And that's good. You know what? If I'm setting an example, that's fine. I'm cool with it. I'm absolutely fine with it. But I want to do it first, and then you can do it. Okay. Sharing is caring and all that, but I want to do it first. I just want to do it. Anyway, let's go to the numbers. The David Gokhshtein brand update this week. Last week to this week, audience grew from 2.5 million to 2.63 million. And that's across not all, I shouldn't say all. It's missing one or two, but mostly all the social media platforms that we have. Show viewership jumped from 1.5 million to 1.85 million viewers. Let's fucking go. Obviously, I had Peter Schiff is probably going to take all the credit for that, but I think I want to take the credit. I want to take the goddamn credit for that. Okay. Clips on X alone went from 1.1 million views to 2.3 million views. That's what we're talking about, clips. So again, a huge respect to the Clippers out there. Obviously, my own Clippers, but the Clippers out there also. I said I will make anybody who takes my show and clips it up and takes it seriously, man. I will put you on such a. I might bring you into the fold too. I might bring you into the fold. I'll make you famous, man. And all of this, by the way, obviously has written all of this without Facebook or Instagram Live. Okay, we're still working on it. All this happening without that. So that's a great feat in itself, because there's a huge market there, and there are people, I'm sure, that want to. I personally know people still use Facebook. That's weird, but that they would love to tune in. Also, website. Well, I've already seen the website. I love the website. The website's almost ready. So the website's coming. The merch store is also coming. Newsletter is completely built and ready to drop. So at any moment, we might drop the newsletter. Okay. Right now, I think I'm just trying to figure out the name for the newsletter. But it's all done. It's all done. Well written. Newsletter. I always wanted a newsletter. I always wanted to be able to, write my thoughts out, put it on to a newsletter, and have you guys sign up to it and wake up to my thoughts. I'm gonna go ahead and do that 3 times a week. Okay, I'm gonna do that 3 times a week. I guess whoever's on the Gokhshtein account, big time boomer. Also, this show is sponsored by Gemini. That's right. This show is sponsored by Gemini. My morning breakfast is sponsored by Gemini. Like I told you already how I feel. I feel like I wake up in the morning and it's just like everything's sponsored by Gemini. This red light is sponsored by Gemini. It just happens. I don't know. It just consistently clicks. Also, thank you to all the guests who came on. We had a lot of guests who came on last week. You enjoyed it. With tons of guests. Tons of guests come on. Let me go ahead and read them out. I don't want to leave them out. Let me read them out. I don't want to leave them out. Let me read them out. Oh, that rhymed just now. Hold on. Let's go right to it. Let's go ahead and talk about them. We had what happened just now, bro? Why does this always happen? I don't even know who this person is. This is messed up. I don't even know who this person is. It's like Monday got erased or some shit, man. I don't even know who joined on Monday. We had Hunter on though. We had Hunter from Bidwise on, so shout out to him, Hunter from Bidwise. We had Peter Schiff, of course. Peter Schiff came on by the way, November 25th was my birthday, so people come on my birthday. That was really cool. We had Keith. We had Keith who came on. We had OSF. OSF. I think his brand's going to do phenomenal. The Rec brand is going to do absolutely great things. We had Joe who came on. Joe who hosts a show every single day about Bitcoin. He came on. That was cool. That was really dope. Who else? Fada came on. Damn, I should have wrote this out. See, I'm not professional right now. I don't know why it's set up this way. This is so weird. It's like missing people and shit. really is like missing fucking people. Anyway, we had a lot of cool guests come on last week. Also, we had like it was hold on, was it? Am I bugging out? I'm bugging out, bro. Anyway, I'll have all the guests who did come on. I'll go ahead and talk about them. Of course, Landy wants acknowledgement, so Landy also came on. Kelly came on. Kelly from Discover Crypto. A lot of people. A lot of people made the numbers go up. That's right. Besides this beautiful face and the voice and the energy that comes from me, the people that did come onto the show, obviously, you know, showcased this show. That's right. They brought a lot of value. They brought a lots of value. Anyway, save December 19, 2025. Save the date. I'm just saying, save the date. We'll have a lot of shows, by the way. I have already said this. We'll have a lot of shows. We will have a lot of shows that we'll have like a special edition version of the breakdown that happens. Because here's a big problem now. We have people that want to come on this show, but they're from Asia, okay, other side of the world. The timing isn't there, so we're gonna accommodate. Okay, we're going to accommodate because we know you guys want to tune in and you want to you want to listen to some of the things that are being said. So we're going to have some fun here, especially this month. We got this month. The lineup is really cool, but also just remember, holidays are here. The holidays are here, so we'll have to push some of the guests to January. We've already been talking about that. Anyway, love the fact that the Clippers are out there. By the way, the Clippers, not the Los Angeles Clippers, but the Clippers are out there clipping. By the way, if you are a brand, if you have a brand, if you're a personality out here and you're not having your stuff clipped up, you're really doing this for no reason. You're not going to be seen. We are in a society where people just want 7 to 15-second clips, or at least you have 7 to 15 seconds to sell yourself, and then people will tune in maybe for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe they'll watch the whole show. I know people don't watch the entire show when we go 2 hours, maybe even more than that sometimes. I know people don't stay around for the whole show, and that's okay because people have lives. People have to go work out. People have to go, do chores, errands, whatever it is. I get it, but that's why clipping is so important. Clipping the best parts of the show, major. So shout out to the Clippers who we have that work for us, and outside of that, we got freelance Clippers out there who understand, like, hey man, we're gonna clip up David's show, man. We're gonna clip up David's show. We'll clip up the breakdown and we're gonna put it out there because it's really visible. So it helps my brand, it helps their brand, and here we are, we're working together. And who knows? It's like an internship. Who knows what happens? Who knows what happens? Who knows what happens? There have been so many people that just, they start. Drew told that story. I think Drew from Web3, he told that story. He just started clipping people's things, didn't, just clipping, and then now he's making money. Clipping for free, and then he starts making money. But that's how that you showcase your talent. You showcase your talent to a lot of people. Anyway, real quick, the markets, updating the markets. And by the way, I didn't even mention this. Did I mention this yet? Today on the show, we'll have Charles Hoskinson coming on at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll have Tommy Robinson coming on at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. I had people that we could have booked up people for this time slot right now from 12 to 1, but I actually just wanted to talk. I wanted to talk here because I'm always interviewing somebody. And what I like to do is unlike everybody else here, I think for the most part, I like to sit back and listen and then just ask questions. But I like to sit back and listen. Hear people's takes. I know you guys love it when I talk because you love the accent and shit. But and you love the energy and I get you fired up. I get that. But I love sitting I love sitting back and listening to what people have to say on certain topics. 2 ears, one mouth, right? 2 ears, one mouth. You educate yourself on a lot of topics, or you can get a different perspective on the topic that you're interested in. So that is right. And yesterday was a horror show, by the way. Yesterday was horrible because everything that could go wrong went wrong. Like the monitor stopped working, X wasn't working, the feed wasn't working. People said they couldn't tune into my show on X. Had to get everybody to run over to YouTube. Like this shit was wild yesterday. It was wild. I was like, man, I was about to take this chair and throw it. I was about to literally take this chair and throw it. But as a professional, as a true professional, I smiled at the camera. Through all the problems, I was smiling at the camera. You wouldn't have even noticed. I didn't even sweat. Not even a bit of sweat. Because I'm a professional. I'm waiting for the overlay. Maybe any day now I can get this overlay done. So it's not just, this little ticker over here, breakdown with David Gokshin, powered by GNN. You know what's really cool? I also, before I move forward and talk about other subjects, it's really cool to see. I don't want to name this person, but we're obviously, shit. I don't want to name this person though. But I've seen someone. Oh, fuck it, I'll name it. I'm proud of Julie. I'm proud of Julie. Julie Kennis, who streams at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see it on the ticker. I see her starting to bring on guests, and I'm absolutely. Let me give a shout out. I'm like, I won't take credit, but I'm just saying I see it happening, and I'm like, see, certain people get it. Certain people, they'll watch certain people. Again, I'm not going to take credit for it, but I'm just saying, like, people can watch certain people and say, you know what? Let me take this from this person and apply it to my own brand and see what happens. That's cool. Well, you can go ahead and sit back, put aside your ego and your pride, and you say, you know what? Let me take that and incorporate it into my brand. And now she has guests on. And that's good because you want that. People want that conversation. People want that conversation. So shout out to Julie. She's been grinding away for a long time, man. You know, that's the thing too. I think a lot of people expect overnight success, and that happens to a few people. But the rest, like, it takes time. You got to continue to just fucking grind away, man. Anything in life that you want, it's not going to be given to you, man. I think there's this perception of everything's given to you. It's not. Even in crypto, when you guys start bitching and crying and moaning about crypto, like, bro, like you guys don't have patience. That's why you're in your current positions, because you have absolutely no patience. You need patience. You need fucking patience. I don't know who told you that just by signing up for an X account that you automatically receive a $3 million check. I don't, or who told you that you become an instant millionaire. I absolutely do not understand who told you this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get it. You got to work. You got to work. Some people might get lucky. Yeah, 1 out of a million get lucky, but like you got to fucking work. Some people have been broadcasting for such a long time and have not got the visibility. Okay, they have not got the visibility. But they continue to grind. How many people? Look, Gary Vee, right? Gary Vee, it took him 12 years to get noticed. Think about that. You guys know Gary Vee, it took him 12 years to get noticed. 12 years. Imagine that, 12 years to finally get noticed. Look at Patrick Bet-David. He's a wealthy dude. He's a notable dude. But it also took him, 7 years to get noticed? Think about all the major people that you might be. David Goggins. Took David Goggins a while before you guys we're screaming who's going to hold the boats, who's going to carry the boats. Like what the? You're not going to. I'm telling you, man. You're not going to. If you're trying to do this, success doesn't come overnight. It just doesn't. You got to keep grinding away, and you got to want this too. Like you can't just. This ain't like, hey, just like if you're doing this like as a hobby, it ain't gonna work out, man. This is a career. This is a motherfucking career. You have to know how to talk to people. You know how to serve fucking questions. You have to have energy. Can't sound like everybody else. I'm thankful I don't sound like nobody. I laugh because I go back to the suit. I put on a suit. I've been rocking a suit for the longest time. Now I see people rocking suits. I laugh. Shout out to the people that are rocking the suits, but I'm just saying, like, I know you didn't just put on a suit one day. No, you saw me. You saw me on here and you're like, this motherfucker is taking it seriously. This motherfucker is showing up every single day and he takes the shit seriously. He looks the part. I heard him say that we are the new mouthpiece for finance. I got to look the part, and you guys went and went to Gap and started shopping. It's the truth. And now you're out there with a suit. I mean, it's cool. To me, it's fucking awesome. Because this crypto ecosystem should look the part. Okay. Everybody should be on air, dressed to impress, because you're talking to Web2 people, and we still have a problem with bringing them into our ecosystem. You think they're going to take you seriously when you look like a hot mess? No, they're not going to take you fucking seriously. I'm not taking you seriously. Think about it. Nobody's going to take you seriously if you walk into a boardroom asking for a raise wearing pajamas. Like I'm telling you, you got to step up your game. I don't give a fuck whose feelings I hurt. You know, people always tell me like, yo, David, what if you say something and somebody just doesn't like what you're like? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Here's the thing. I think this is the biggest miss on content creation, or being, I guess, a media personality. Like, you know, I like the media personality thing. I don't like the fucking content creator shit, because anybody can create content. I already said that so many times. Anybody could fucking get a microphone and a fucking camera and look into it and create content. But what are you really creating, though? Is it anything of value? When people say, "Hey, Dave, are you scared to go ahead and maybe say like this?" Fuck that. I ain't scared of shit. I want you to understand. I make content for myself. I'm gonna say this again. I make content for myself. That's it. That's why I have so much fun. Like I make this content where I can replay it and I enjoy watching the content. And obviously, I love bringing on guests. We chop it up. You guys have 2 hours to go ahead and listen into the most electrifying voice in media. I gotta stop talking about myself. But who else is gonna talk about me if I don't talk about myself? I'm just saying. We'll be right back after this commercial break. We'll talk more about the markets and other shit. And this commercial break is sponsored by Gemini. Again, this commercial break is sponsored by Gemini. Go to gemini.com/David G to learn more about the credit cards that Gemini has to offer. All these credit cards are issued by WebBank. Also, click my link from Gemini. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get 100,000 Bitcoin. We'll be back in a few seconds. Welcome back to the show. Now I can actually apply this. Episode 633, sponsored by Gemini, of course. Shout out to Gemini. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin's at 92,000. It was at 93. It's at 92 now. Did it hit 94? We'll have to get an expert in here to go ahead and tell me if it hit 94 and shit. Fucking forgot, man. Fucking forgot if it hit 94. But 92 is where it's at right now. Ethereum's at 31.57. I know Ethereum touched 32. We have USDT. It's at $1. It's stable. XRP, $2.12. BNB, 904. Right? It's kind of cool. I think I saw a little clip of CZ in his one-on-one battle with Peter Schiff. I think he gave him a bar of gold. A bar of gold was given to Peter. That's wild. Yo, Peter, I'm telling you, Peter Schiff is a smart dude, man. He is a smart dude, man. Solana's at 141.94. There we go. We got USDC. It's also stable at $1. It's also stable at $1. Dogecoin is at 14 or almost 15 cents, and ADA is at 44 cents. You know, I gotta say, I love my favorite, or my fellow, I should say, Bitcoin maxis. I love you guys. I love my Bitcoiners. I got to tell you, I love you guys. But you guys, there's a lot of you that your head's so far up your asses. You don't understand that you need to have conversations, and especially visit platforms where they're not having the conversation about Bitcoin, in order to make people see the light on why people should be getting into Bitcoin. Why the ultimate goal is to get Bitcoin. But you guys are so you guys are so let me not, if I start, man, this whole show is going to go into a goddamn rant. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I actually do not want to do that. What was it with CZ handed him gold, and Peter Schiff had to figure out whether it was gold or not? You don't have that problem with Bitcoin, do you? Right? I think that's what they were going for. I don't know how the debate went though. Like, I will watch that. I will watch that after this show is done. I want to see who won that debate. I'm sure Peter Schiff said the same line. He had the same monologue. I'm pretty sure that was what was happening. I'll tune into that. Maybe I should plug it into. Maybe I should look at it right now. Should I? Should I look at this right now? Hold on. Should I look? Let's see. Peter Schiff. Nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna fucking look. I will not look. I will not look. I will look after the show and then I'll report on it tomorrow. Hopefully we get CZ on this month or next month. That'll be cool. We can talk about everything that he's doing. Obviously, he's not working on Binance anymore. But he's working on some other shit. So I'd like to go ahead and chop it up with him and talk about that. Want to talk about his views also about where he sees Bitcoin and the altcoins going. I think again, a lot of the conversation I get right now is Dave, what do you think is going to happen with the altcoin market? And I personally feel that a lot of people, and I know this is the truth, a lot of people in this industry try to use the same blueprint that they had for the last cycle. They applied it for this cycle and they got fucked. But I don't think you got fucked at all. I think you're fine because I think you just came early to the party. That's all that's happened. Because Bitcoin's been, like we've stated before, Bitcoin's been on an institutional run. It's been, if you're going to tell me that retail has been buying up Bitcoin and we're here because of retail, you have absolutely no clue what the fuck you're talking about. Are there retail participants? Yes. But the kind of retail that we're talking about retail that's sitting on millions of dollars, that refuses to open up a wallet, refuses to sign up for an exchange. They're going through ETFs. They're not writing down no seed phrases. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ain't no retail that you're talking about is writing down any seed phrases. They're absolutely not. Zero. They're calling their guy and telling them, hey, we want allocate some money into Bitcoin. Also, Bank of America comes out and says 4%. You should have 4% of your portfolio on crypto. Bank of America. It's fun how they wouldn't even let you buy crypto, and now it's like you got to have 4%. 4% in. And Chase and all these banks now are just like pro crypto. Pro crypto, man. You got to have crypto. You got to have Bitcoin. You got to have some crypto. Funny how that works, man. Funny how that works out, because 4 years ago, they were fucking doing everything possible to choke out this industry for their homies. For their homies, that's right. I don't believe one word they say. I don't believe one word they fucking say. They could have gone on TV like they did multiple times. Jamie Dimon himself going on TV talking about, hey, fucking Bitcoin is trash. I don't believe that. Doesn't matter. I know these sons of bitches were buying. You cannot tell me these people were fading money. These people don't fade money. They make money. Okay? They don't fade, they make. And I can tell you, I can guarantee you, they were buying up Bitcoin. Whether they want to say it or not, they were buying it up. In the beginning, could they have refused because they could have thought it was a joke? Yeah, 100%. I think, and obviously I've talked about this on numerous occasions. They believed that this entire ecosystem was a joke, 100%, until they understood it wasn't. Right when they understood that it wasn't, which I think it was last cycle. I think last cycle they understood that there's something here. I don't think they believed in this space 16, 17. They started to believe last cycle because they saw the amount of people that came here. They're like, hold on, we can make money here, but we need some time, because obviously they had no control of this goddamn market. And a lot of people agree to disagree with me on this, but they didn't have full control of this market. They didn't have full control. They didn't. Nor did they want it, but then they saw what was happening and they were like, no, hold on. We got to piece this together. We got to make sure these people stay with us. Because if they leave the banking system, what are we going to do? How are we going to make our fees? This is a dangerous game for the banks, right? Because if we win, which we will win, which when crypto wins, right? They don't want crypto to win. How are they going to charge anybody fees? Right now, you have people within this ecosystem learning that you should not be using credit cards. And if you're going to use a credit card, use one that gives you not points, but actual crypto in return or hard assets. Like Gemini, the Gemini Bitcoin credit card gives you up to 4% back on your purchases, right? In Bitcoin, not in points. There you go. And all the people that are absolutely insane, like with Polymarket, speaking of Polymarket, right? They came out with a post today stating from stats that they have, obviously, that the midterms, they have it as the Democrats are going to win the midterms. Right now, as it stands right now, I don't understand Americans. I don't understand my own people. I don't understand. How can you vote for a Democrat? Please tell me, and and change my mind. Tell me what the Democratic Party has done. Go ahead. For the last year, or it's under a year, but for all this time now, we're about to hit a year that Trump's been in office and his administration has been in office. What have the Democrats done? Can you name one thing that the Democrats have done besides shut down the government and then blame it on the Republicans, besides trying to impeach Trump, besides throwing a bunch of obstacles in his way from actually performing, which, by the way, he's done a great job performing. I think he's done a great job. Could he have done a few more things better? Yeah, everybody can do better. But I think for the most part, coming in and inheriting a fucking disastrous economy, I think Trump's done well along with the Republicans. So tell me why I should go ahead and vote for a Democrat. What are the reasons? Democrats are trying to sell people on socialism? What is that? Do you guys even understand what socialism is? Do you understand? And how are you rooting? If you're in crypto, how are you voting for a Democrat? If you're in crypto, like, this is the wild part. There are over 50 million Americans that are currently in crypto. 50 million plus Americans that are currently in crypto. How are you voting for a Democrat? Explain this to me. The same people that try to go ahead and choke out crypto in the United States of America, that try to kill innovation, how are you voting for a Democrat? Explain it. Democrats have tried to take away your free speech. They're trying to take your rights to bear arms, Second Amendment. How are you voting for Democrats? And what message is out there? Tell me, like, what's the message? Whatever. You guys right now might think, oh, David, you're bugging out. Like, it's just your opinion. Tell me what message are the Democrats putting out there that's getting you excited? Because the only thing they're saying is that Trump is a Nazi. Trump is a fascist. Trump's the next coming of Hitler. That's all you hear. That is everything that you hear coming out of the Democratic Party. That's it. That's it. That's their messaging. Their message to you is Trump is bad. Align with us because Trump is bad, because he doesn't allow you to use pronouns, because Trump doesn't allow biological men to play in women's sports. Like, this is what the Democrats are running on. And I think, like, even some of the Democrats that are currently sitting in office, they're embarrassed. They understand science. Even Fetterman, Senator Fetterman from Pennsylvania, he gets it. He gets it. He's like, the party's gone crazy. and he's a Democrat. And now the Democrats are like, he's not, you know what's funny? They loved him, and now they don't like him because he agrees with some of the things that Trump and the Republicans put out there because he's trying to work both sides of the aisle. So they hate him now. They despise him. It's weird. It's very weird. Not like a guy that wants to, because that's how it should be. People should be working for the American people, right? Like at the end of the day, both sides need to come together and work for the American people. You know, a lot of people depend on America. A lot of countries depend on America. It's time to start giving a fuck and working together, especially for the American people. But again, I ask, I would love somebody to go ahead and, you know what, a feature that we're going to be using moving forward, maybe even starting tomorrow. I want to hear more people tap in here and tell me like what are the Democrats bringing to the table? Like what is it that's got you excited about their messaging? I know a lot of people personally that have been lifelong Democrats that have flipped independent or they've gone Republican. I never thought I would see that in my life. But really, when you look at the Republican Party wants to give you an opportunity to win. They don't want you to be on welfare. Why is it so bad? Hold on. This is crazy. Why is it so bad? Why is the Republican Party so bad that they don't want you to be on SNAP benefits? Can you tell me, do you think it's normal that we have 42 million people in the greatest country in the world, by the way? The United States of America, the greatest country in the world. We have 42 million people on SNAP benefits. Do you think that's normal? So here you have Trump trying to create jobs, right? To try to get people. And by the way, a lot of the 42 million people that are on SNAP, I'm sure they can get a job. Leave SNAP benefits for people who really need it. But I'm sure there's 85% of those individuals could go get a job. They don't want to. The Democrats, to me, they have created a dope ass system for voting, or for them to go ahead and get elected. It's called depend on the government. You should never depend on the government. But they've made it so, and I know this because I grew up in a democratic environment. They tell you how many things you'll get for free and how you'll pay less taxes because the rich will pay tax. Like they put on a show and they make you depend on the government. They literally make you depend on them. Go look at any of their speeches. Look at Mandani. And people say I look like him. I see no resemblance. First of all, I think if we walk a runway, I think you know who you're looking at. Me with the green eyes and great hair and beard. But seriously, like what was the messaging? What was the messaging? Free buses? Free bus rides? Like government owned stores? Like what are we talking about? They're boycotting Starbucks, which gives you the craziest thing is like without entrepreneurs, right? You got Democrats want to penalize the entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, small business is the engine to this economy. You want to penalize people for succeeding. It's weird. It's very weird. Let's penalize them. Let's make them pay more taxes. What's the point of being an entrepreneur? What's the point of think about it for like if you're surrounded by Democrats, there's no point of even trying to be an entrepreneur because it makes no sense. It's like you'd rather work for a paycheck. And they want to implement like socialism. It doesn't work. Socialism doesn't work. I'm telling you, like they've tried this. It doesn't work. It does not work. Socialism doesn't work. Okay? You can't pay a doctor the same wage you would pay somebody stocking fucking papers, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, it's wild. It's so I only so back to the poly market thing. I just don't understand how, if you're in crypto, I'm gonna just talk about crypto heads. Forget about anybody outside of crypto. I'm just talking about crypto heads here. You have been destroyed. Your assets have been destroyed. Your profits have been destroyed by Democrats. Remember that. We had Sam Bankman Fried that was sleeping with the Democrats to go ahead and destroy DeFi, okay? To destroy DeFi. I'm going to say that again and put it into the hands of the elite. And here you are. And I hope that you're a Democrat listening. Here you are as a Democrat, you who are in crypto. You're in crypto and you want to vote for a Democrat? Do you know what they'll do? Do you know what the Democrats will do to crypto? If the Democrats could get hold of the Senate and the House again, and even obviously the Oval Office, do you understand what will happen, right? They will make sure to destroy, not even to destroy, but let me say this. They'll make sure to destroy the retail buyer. It's not the elites. Because now the asset's grown, all right? Like crypto's grown, Bitcoin's grown. Like you can't really fuck with it anymore. But they will make sure that you don't have this opportunity of holding it. They'll make sure of that. And this is who you're voting for. Because you don't like Trump. Because you don't like the things he says. I don't like a lot of the things he says. Okay, so what? But I like the way he governs. There's a difference. You don't have to like a person, but you have to look at the body of work. A lot of people didn't like Steve Jobs. Guess what? You're rocking an iPhone right now. You got Macs now. You got notebooks, MacBooks, all this shit from fucking Apple. You don't have to like the person. You really don't have to like the person. But you got to respect the fact, like if they're doing a great job, right? If they are bringing back job creation, investments, wants to get rid of income taxes, property taxes, has lowered egg prices, since that was a big thing for Democrats, has lowered egg prices, has lowered the price of milk, has lowered gas prices, has brought common sense back, has brought freedom of speech back. This is what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz were out there campaigning about, restricting freedom of speech on, especially on platforms. I cannot see how you can be a crypto bro. If you are a crypto bro and you're rooting for Democrats or you're voting for a Democrat, then I don't know. I honestly think you need therapy. I think you need fucking therapy. After surviving that bear market that we went through, to go ahead and start rallying for fucking Democrats to come in here to go ahead and do that again, you like pain, okay? And we get enough pain in crypto. So I don't even understand that. We get enough pain in crypto. Why the hell would you want more? Why the hell would you want more pain? It's crazy. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, we'll be back right after this commercial break. We'll be right back right after this commercial break. I just said that. We'll be right back. This commercial break is sponsored by Gemini. Go to Gemini.com/David G to look at the line of credit cards that Gemini has to offer. Get 4% back in Bitcoin with the Bitcoin credit card. Get 4% back in Solana with the Solana credit card, and get 4% back in XRP with the XRP credit card. All credit cards issued by WebBank. Go check them out. Gemini.com/David G. Also, click the link and sign up to Gemini. For those that not signed up to Gemini, you're crazy. Go sign up to Gemini. Click my link, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to the breakdown. I don't know why. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep the. Do you guys? Let me ask you a question. You guys like the lights in the background? Do you like the studio lights in the background? I need you guys to go ahead and help me out here, man. By the way, shout out to Memer. I think that's the name I think that's the way you pronounce the name. Memer is completely memeing, not memeing, but clipping up the show, and I appreciate it. And yeah, like I'm fucking. Let me say something. I don't understand X's algorithm, but we'll get to that maybe later on. I really don't understand it. It's like a fucking game and shit, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get the game that X is trying to play here, man. And I think I really believe that they tax people that talk about crypto. I think there is like this. I think they've embedded a code. I really believe that. I believe that like you get smacked on the wrist for talking about crypto. And maybe that's because there's been so much fuckery within crypto that I don't know that fucking they've designed the fucking AI system to just punish people that speak about Bitcoin and shit like that. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm so tired of guessing. Here's the thing though. I am just happy that I have TikTok. I'm happy that I have TikTok because TikTok brings me a hell of a lot of viewers. Shout out to TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Yo, you know what? I was always verified on TikTok and I kind of like stayed away from it because I thought, oh, this shit is all about dancing, but it's not. There's a lot of people on TikTok that are creating content about politics, about crypto, and it's just easier. Like the algorithm, as long as you're producing really good content, it takes to you, man. It really fucking takes to you. I don't understand. I've built my brand with Twitter, now X, formerly known as Twitter and shit. I've built it here. And it's just so fucking weird with all the changes, man. I mean, Elon acknowledged that the fucking algorithm is fucked up, but it's fucked up because if you're building a brand out here and like the shit ain't working, well, it's hurting people's fucking brands, man. I'm sorry. I see 4 or 5 individuals that are like doing well, but that's because Elon's fucking retweeting them. Let's keep it a buck, man. Elon retweets people and boom, like they get like fucking 5,000 fucking likes on some political issue. And I gotta say, X has kind of become a political platform. Yeah, 100%. People have come here to talk about shit, you know, in terms of politics. I don't want to do rage baiting. Like, I don't want to become a rage baiter. Like, I'm not that guy. I can easily become a rage baiter and I'm fucking sitting on like 30,000 fucking likes. I'm probably invited to more fucking TV spots to talk about, you know, some random shit to get people angry. I don't want to do that. Our society has gone to shit. I got to tell you, that's the one thing I don't like, man. I don't like that. Like, I'm okay with us speaking about certain issues. That's fine. Freedom of speech, speak about certain issues. But the rage baiting shit, the rage baiting, that doesn't bring value to anything. Like it doesn't solve any problems. It just gets people more angry. So we're just destroying ourselves. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that fucking movement. So many people have told me, yo, rage bait. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking rage bait. I already raged people by just coming onto the camera because they thought I was going to go ahead and fall off a long time ago. Some people hate seeing that I'm fucking winning. And I didn't even start yet. That's the craziest thing is I didn't even start yet. I promise you, I'm gonna tell you this right now. In 6 months, the partners and sponsors that I have and where I'm sitting when it comes to media, I guarantee you 100%. 100% guarantee you. But I'm not going to rage bait it. I'm going to get there. If it takes me a little bit longer to get to where I want to get to, and I know I'm going to get there. I ain't doing rage bait. I'm not doing shit. I ain't going to get on people's nerves over some shit that I don't even believe in just to go ahead and get visibility. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's the problem. That's a big problem. That's a huge problem. Big time problem. I ain't doing that. Just not gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what time it is. I don't give a fuck. I will tell you what time it is. I will talk about subject. But the subjects, when I talk about them, I mean what the fuck I say. I mean it. I ain't getting off the fucking camera and be like, oh yeah, man, that was good. Let's see how much rage we went ahead and caught. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not. What you see is what you get, man. Like that's what I'm saying. I know I'm being repetitive, but like that's why society's so fucked up, man. Because everybody's looking for likes and retweets for acknowledgement. If you just created content that you enjoyed watching yourself, you'd be so much happier with yourself. And yeah, it takes time. Here's the problem. It just takes time. It takes time for the shit to hit. And that people don't want to wait for. That's why Candace Owens, that's why she's talking her shit. Candace Owens is out there talking her shit because she don't believe half of the shit she says. And I know it. I see it. Half these motherfuckers don't believe what they're saying. But they know the money. There's money. Easy money. Easy money. Let me see if I can get this shit. My shit stalled out. Let me see if I can get it working again. I'm like looking at a monitor that's not working, man. It's crazy, man. Every single time. Every single fucking time. There's a fucking issue, man. I don't know what I gotta do. I'll be right back. Let me check this out. I'll be right back. Very much. I'm back. Oh no, I'm trying out here, man. I'm trying to make sure that all this shit works, man. It is so. I gotta tell you, this one issue. I don't know why they can't resolve it, but it's so fucking annoying. My monitors are now going out. Ever since I upgraded my network, it's crazy. I upgraded my network to have a faster network, and here I am, just like fucking. Ever since that happened, the fucking monitors don't work. They don't want to link up. This fucking sucks. Honestly, it really sucks. It sucks. It really sucks moose balls, bro. It really does. Um, welcome to the breakdown, episode 633. We have Charles coming on at 1:15. We'll talk to him about. We'll talk to him about Midnight and Cardano, and then at 1:45 we have Tommy Robinson coming on. We'll talk about what's happening in terms of freedom of speech. Talk about what's happening in terms of freedom of speech out there. Hold on. What did the look? Oh my God! Look at that. JP. By the way, JP, I gotta give a shout out to JP. Yes, sir. I like. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. JP don't give a. Yo, why does everybody come out clearer than I do, man? Why do I look in my? Hold on. I gotta look at this. I gotta look. Why does everybody come out so much clearer than I do, man? Why is everybody come out clear? Why do I look at my? I gotta. Why is everybody come out so much? This is fucked up. JP so looks so much clearer. What is it? What the fuck? What the guys? Am I coming in clear for you? I gotta look at this, man. I gotta look at YouTube, man. I don't know if it's X or if it like it's. It can't be, man. I got a $4,000 camera over here, man. This is impossible, man. This is impossible that it's me. Goddamn impossible. This is impossible, man. It's crazy. Camera. Possible. Possible. Goddamn impossible. Possible. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't get this shit, man. I don't fucking get it. I don't know. Maybe I gotta fix the sharpness. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, man. I should be way more clear. I should. It looks clear. This shit looks. Does this? Do I look clear right now? I need to. I need to get you guys into the chat, man. I see a lot of people tuning in from YouTube, guys. Do I look clear right now? Like, what the fuck? Why doesn't this? Anyway, you know what? I ain't gonna bitch about it. I'm not gonna bitch about it. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 633, sponsored by Gemini. That's right. It really sucks, man. You got a 4K, $4,000 goddamn camera, man. And then, like, the lens is fucking expensive, too. Like, the lens is fucking expensive. It's not just the fucking camera. The lens is fucking expensive. And here I'm trying, like, hey, like, I'm trying to figure out why, like, when some people clip me up and, like, they look better than I do. Like, that's fucking impossible. It's fucking impossible. The fuck is happening? I'm bringing sexy back to crypto, man. I'm bringing sexy back to media. The fuck is wrong with the camera? Fuck. Anyway, I think overall, as we were talking about the issue with the Democrats, I think, you know, at the end of the day, if you're in crypto, I can't comprehend and wrap around why. They're telling me I'm tripping. Okay, I am then. Then I'm tripping. All right. Thank you very much. Then I look good. It is what it is. But if you're a Democrat, I just don't understand. If you're in crypto, I don't understand how you vote for a Democrat. I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown. Like I said, Bitcoin is looking good. The markets are looking good. Okay. News is all positive. It's all positive news. Vanguard came in, said, hey, $11 trillion fucking institutional player said, yeah, we're in crypto. We are in crypto. We are doing big things in crypto. We are allowing our clients to go in crypto. Fucking Bank of America said allocate 4% into crypto. You have there's so much bullish news. There's nothing that you can say. There really isn't no bearish news. Like I'm thinking, like, what is so bearish right now in crypto? Why would you not be buying Bitcoin? Why would you not be buying Bitcoin? I don't understand that. By the way, Ethereum looks like it's going. I'm telling you right now, Ethereum looks like it's going to pop. Now, for everybody who's just a Bitcoin only person, like, honestly, don't you want more Bitcoin? I don't care. Like, this is one of the things I won't agree with, and I don't agree with. Is like there's a lot more things in this ecosystem. You could take advantage of it. Okay, you can get into it, and then, like, if you take profits, you can get more Bitcoin. I don't understand why people say, like, you can't. No, I can participate in anything I want. Okay, nobody's telling you to go ahead and get dog shit, but, like, there are protocols out there that you can get into. Chainlink, for instance, I'm just going to name something out there. Chainlink, you get into Chainlink, make a profit, get more Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't get the whole fucking this and only this only, man. People buy gold, but people also buy silver. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that people buy in terms of precious metals, man. We got to get away from that because you know what that does is like it really pushes away people that might have interest in Bitcoin. You ultimately want people to get Bitcoin. Don't push away people that aren't in Bitcoin yet. Allow them to understand how valuable the asset is, but don't push them away. Don't call things when you say something is dog shit, more people will get into it. When people I'm sure when you were younger, when people told you not to smoke, you probably went to smoke. People always do the opposite. Don't drive fast. People drive fast. Don't run the light. They run the light. I mean, like, bro, like, I don't understand that stupid, absolute dumbass fucking conversations we have where it's just like this and this only, or I'm not your friend. You're not my friend. You're not gonna come on. Let me not get started. I can really get started. I was about to get started. I was about to get started. I was about to unleash fury just now. Anyway, we'll be right back after this commercial break from Gemini. Shit, I'm muted, but I don't hear you though. I've been talking this entire time, but I don't hear you. I think you're muted. I think you're muted, but I was. There I was
How
for
about now?
now I hear you loud and clear, and I was muted. I came in here saying, "Welcome back to the breakdown, the second hour. Great." And nobody hears me as usual. This happened yesterday. It was just a clusterfuck of technical difficulties. But what's going on? How's everything?
Oh my lord, I'm tired. We're launching midnight. We got it coming out next week, man. It's 6 years. It's like constipation. You have 6 years of backup and you finally get it out. There's gonna be blood in the bowl. You know, it's a thing.
I've seen you do a lot of interviews. I've
Oh,
seen them all over the timeline. How's that been?
it's been fun. I did the Brave podcast, done dozens of influencers, lots of small and large. We're just getting the good word out. There's gonna be a ton of announcements next week about listings and liquidity, and it's, really the first Cardano asset to get listed at this stage. And then we're right onto the roadmap. We gotta start worrying about, launch of the federated mainnet to get all the dApps turned on. So liquidity starts, token starts trading, give people a little bit of time to get used to that, get the exchanges a little bit of time to get used to that, and then boom, mainnet comes out, all the dApps have to turn on. We have to get everybody doing that shit. And then boom, incentivized testnet comes out, get all the stake pool operators over so they can start testing the new protocols and hard fork it so that we can test the new consensus protocol, Jultian. It's 5,000 TPS, sub-second block time. It's pretty good stuff. And then roll it all over to the mainnet, and everything's bridged up and connected together. So this is going to be about 9 months of just endless slog. But you start with liquidity, then you get dApps, then you get infrastructure, and then you get the whole end-to-end package. So I like the launch plan. Like every month, 3 months, we're kind of getting a new goodie, and a new wave of partners comes on. So I've never launched a cryptocurrency like this before, and it's the fourth time I've done it. Did BitShares, did Ethereum, did Cardano, and now we got Midnight. So maybe fourth time's a charm.
How was the well, you're having fun. I can see you're laughing for once. Not in a good way. In a good way, because we're always coming on here and somebody's always talking shit. But it's nice that, like,
Yeah.
hey, you look like you're having fun. It's good. It's actually good. You're having fun. Like it's something new. It's giving
Dude,
you
I
some
I
newfound energy.
I spent this afternoon talking about, multilinear extensions to a Boolean hypercube as an alternative arithmetization to R1 COS and CCS for this tensor code translation that we're doing. So in other words, I'm doing real engineering work again. It's I'd gotten very far away from code and from science, and I was doing other things. And actually, with Midnight, I'm intimately involved in the roadmap, the privacy engine, the launch strategy, the tokenomics, all this stuff. And it's nice because it's been a while, and a little bit dust. You have to knock the dust off and fucking talk about crazy shit. And but once you get into it, you're really starting to enjoy it. Everybody's got a goal. Like the glacier drop, we launched to over 1 million people. There's about 150, 200,000, I think, on the glacier drop. Then the scavenger hunt was just a huge amount of people. And the exchanges, some of them that are listing night, are going to distribute tokens to their customers. So when you add it all up, it's well over 1 million, perhaps even two or three. So we'll get a final count in about 60 days once we see the exchange side of it. But shit, that's the largest cryptocurrency launch of the year. Arbitrum was 650,000. That's the largest of all time. So we
Yeah.
beat them by a factor of at least two, it looks like, on the population side. Then you get that whole community into one place. So we're trying to get the Discord and the social channels scaled up. So they're like 90 days of just like endless slog and getting ambassadors and moderators and KOLs and all the other stuff just so you have big megaphone. So you get all that organized. And then obviously we have to just announce all the things that have actually been built, or partners that are kind of, like Fortune 10 partners. We got a lot of really cool novel applications. And so you got to stagger that because you can't have it all come out at once. So you just stagger, 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 stagger. And it's fun to do that while also doing the engineering side. Like, it's brand new cryptocurrency. It's like it's got its own code base. It's written in Rust. It does Halo 2 unplug. It has the most complex transactions we've ever done because this is a private smart contracting system. So you actually have to like build a whole fucking stack and like 3 layers of compilers and things like that. And there's so many things that can go wrong, every step of the way. So how do you know it's high quality? So there's like a massive security audit and debugging and, simulation test and property-based testing and these things that you have to do. It's a lot to keep in the head and keep going. But, I've done this for a long time and I'm pretty good at it. So it's fun to work with the team. Fami's phenomenal. Sebastian's phenomenal from the
Yeah.
foundation. And, the other guys are really good too. Bob is awesome at Shielded, as is John Rossi and all the people over there. So, there's just hundreds of people that have been working on this for a long time. And it's good to make it real. It's good to make it real.
And
If
how
we,
was the reception out in London?
oh God, Greenwich was
Like, what did
crazy.
you feel like the energy? What did that the pulse of
We
the
had Solana people there, we had Avalanche people there, Ethereum people there, Zcash was there, Brendan Ick spoke, Mert from fucking Solana spoke. I mean, he hates Cardano. So it was a very different vibe. It was very cooperative. I was introduced by the MI5 head, and then we also had the former chancellor of the central bank there. It was a very different vibe. We had institutional, non-institutional, degen, Web3, protocol builders, and we did it at Greenwich, the observatory, which is where like time codes were invented. So when you see GMT plus zero, GMT plus, that's where that came from, the British Navy. So it was a lot of fun. It was a beautiful building, and it was great to be there and kind of launch it and bring everybody together. And it was well received. But whatever the fuck I say doesn't matter. Next week it's on CoinMarketCap. And we get to see, right? So is Charles a genius or is Charles stupid? This whole space, they don't give a fuck about the technology. They just care about the price. So, the headlines will read one way or the other way based upon that metric alone. And I think we'll come out the gate strong, and people be pretty happy with it. It's kind of like a movie. Make a movie, and then you look at the opening day. You can spend 6 years, beautiful cinematography, polished dialogue, amazing sex scenes. It's all good, right? And then the movie comes out, you flop in the box office. You're like, "God damn it,
Thought I
audiences."
had one.
Yeah. So
Um,
so I want Avatar, God damn it.
Listen, man, and I'll lead into this though. I want to ask you this question before I go into like privacy and all that stuff about midnight. Um, w- there have been a few people heckling about, well, is Charles moving away from Cardano? What does this mean for Cardano with midnight coming out? What do you say to them?
Is Charles leaving Cardano? Is
Well,
Charles, escaping
I
Cardano?
don't think
No.
there's. I think that
It
first of all, a lot of these people don't even understand like
Yeah.
Cardano in general. So like,
Alright.
they're like,
So
hey, is
so
Charles like not going to focus on Cardano anymore? Is he just going to focus on midnight? That's really what I've seen online, and I'm like, wow, like is anybody actually fucking researching any of the shit that's in our ecosystem, or are we just
uh, y you know,
blindly listening to any motherfucker that's on here just tweeting out from a crypto Elmo account with 52 followers?
it's crypto Elmo, man. I mean, it's like here's the thing. It's like the monthly active users, the TVL, the transaction volume, and the integrations and infrastructure of Cardano are all going to go up as a direct consequence of midnight. As an infrastructure provider to Cardano, a stake pool operator, you now make two revenue streams instead of one revenue stream. So your income goes up as a stake pool provider, as an ADA holder, the same. Okay, so if you're getting more users, more on chain activity, more TVL, all the integrations you've always wanted, and you're getting more revenue for more decentralization of the system, it's kind of hard, man, to like say that this is somehow a distraction from Cardano. The other thing is it forces Cardano to be real. Okay, why? Because if I have a probabilistic finality and I have no way of making that window tighter, when I do bridges, it takes a long time for something to leave Cardano and go to another network, like hours, where our competitors are seconds. So I got to create a fast finality gadget, right? That's Ouroboros Paris. That's because of midnight. If I want to do all this advanced provability, like recursive snarks or folding, so my cell phones have the same level of security as a full node, I need a proof stack. Well, the BLS upgrade, SIP 133 and others to Cardano came directly as a result of midnight. So that makes Cardano more useful on a cell phone. If I want my dApps on Cardano to be different from the dApps on Ethereum, how do I do that? They make them hybrid dApps, so they're Cardano and Midnight, and they have privacy. So we can have the first private DEX. We can have the first private prediction market. We can have the first private stablecoin. That's different and competitive against Solana and Ethereum applications. It gives a reason for people to come on over, right? So all these things are there. All these things are possible, and it only because of midnight. And then there's some people that come around, they're just like, well, it's fuck that. And, you can't make everybody happy. Yeah, but it always comes down to, do you got the people? Do you got the numbers? Do you got the price? Do you got the utility? And next week, whatever the fuck I say doesn't matter. The market's going to price it. What we've done, and
And
we're
that's
gonna we're
what
gonna finally get
most
our
of these people, they only give a fuck about price,
yeah,
not the actual tech that's been built out, which is
right,
sad.
right.
Which is
So
sad.
so
That's the sad part.
we're gonna find out if I'm Korean or from Congo. That's what we're gonna find out next week.
Welcome to the breakdown, episode 633, sponsored by Gemini. We're here with Charles. All right, Charles. Big thing that's been two things that I have that I want to go ahead and ask you about. We have privacy, which has been like the talk of the town. Still, it's not fading away. Obviously, people are talking about Zcash. Zcash when from almost nothing to I think it went to like 7 and change in terms of pricing, which led to Dash going up and Dash and Monero and Litecoin and others. Are you feeling? Are you getting questions about privacy? Like I am continuing to talk about privacy because I think privacy is a key element, or should be a key element to blockchain. I don't think anybody should know. Listen, this is not hiding things, and I keep on saying this is not about hiding things from the IRS and shit like that. This is
No.
about like having privacy, your own privacy, so nobody knows what your net worth is. Like that, I'm just using an example. Like I don't want anybody to know what my net worth is. So, what's your take on privacy right now? What do you think it stands? Is this a fluke, or will we continue to start seeing people move in the direction of Zcash, Midnight, and others to go and take them on?
So the world was in harmony, and the two parts were one long time ago. And then we split them with the blockchain space into two parts. It's kind of like Dark Crystal, where you have the Skeksis and the Mystics, and when they form together, they become the Urskeks. Okay, so we split the world in two. We have public, private. And here's the problem: because we did the public side first, every single thing you do, say, and act is known by everyone everywhere forever, and it can never be removed. There's no right to be forgotten. That's great for public records, transparency, disclosure. That's great for real estate deeds and all kinds of things because you want guarantees that no one can fuck that stuff.
Yeah,
But that's not how life works. You have a private side, you have a public side. The private side, you should be in the driver's seat about how people know stuff, when they know stuff, how much they know, and the level of disclosure. And so when you put these two pieces back together, what you do is you create a system that's holistic and natural. You can put a business on a blockchain. You can put medical records. You can put supply chain. You can put money, a central bank. You can put all those things on. So, in many ways, this is the first protocol, Midnight, that's useful. It's not incomplete and requires batteries not included somewhere else off chain and somebody has to do something. This is the first useful protocol. You can put DAOs on it. You can put actual true dApps on this. You can do real government applications, voting systems, all kinds of things. And what we did is we designed it to be useful to everyone. Because everybody who tries to do this, they're like, oh, well, now that it's useful, we'll be a layer one and I'll have our own token and everybody will migrate over. Aleo tried that. These other guys tried it. It doesn't work. The network effects are very sticky. Solana sticky, Ethereum sticky, Bitcoin sticky. There's still that old Japanese guy using Internet Explorer 6.0 on Windows XP, and he just will not upgrade, right? He's that guy. There's this one Japanese guy. You can fucking see this on YouTube. He decided to take up digital art, but he only knew how to use Excel. So he manually colors each cell in the Excel spreadsheet to create pictures. And it takes him like months to create one picture this way, but he refuses to learn another application. So he's just an Excel artist. And he's actually quite talented. I mean, it's amazing what he's done.
yeah,
But people are sticky. They just don't want to change their applications.
that's true.
So if you allow people to stay where they're at, but still query this, kind of like ChatGPT, where you don't build your own AI system. You just call an API, you ask ChatGPT, it comes back, tells you the answer. You don't got to worry how to build a large language model and buy $4 billion in servers and all this bullshit and run that thing. You just send it some magic query to the Oracle, and the Oracle tells you. So similarly, privacy should work that way. You just say, send over the Midnight, hey, I need something, comes back, you get private. It's just done. Okay. It takes care of that shit for you. That's really the thought process in the key for all these things. And that's what we tried to build. And we launched the whole network, and then every 2 months we can kind of open up a different arm, do Ethereum, do Solana, do Avalanche, do BNB, and have a bunch of launch partners and other things to showcase hybrid applications. And really what's cool about it is once it starts working, no one has any incentive to compete, because they got tokens already. They have Ether. It works with Ether. They got Sol. It works with Sol. Why would you go build your own Chat GPT? It's a waste of time and money. Does it enhance the USP of your application? No, because you can outsource it and you can do what your application does better, faster, cheaper for all of that. So if you figure out the cooperative equilibria and you have a really good cooperative design, then not only do you get the network effect, you get everybody else's network effect, And then you create a situation where everybody just has an incentive to work with you instead of compete with you. So I think that's what makes Midnight unique, because all the privacy stuff is the privacy stuff.
Yeah.
It's a word salad of shit like arithmetization and multi-party computation and oblivious RAM and, custom circuits versus this circuit. It's just it's noise. And
Yeah.
all these people that come to you like, "We're so much better because, we do this with the elliptic curves." And I'm like, "Where did the elliptic curve touch you? Show me on the doll." It's just word salad, man. It means nothing to people. What matters to people is black box GPT. Question go in, answer come out,
Correct.
right? And they got 800 million users in 3 years off of that paradigm. Google has 600 million with Gemini. There's no product in history that's gone from 0 to 800 million in like 3 years. Why? Because it's so fucking simple. You
Correct.
basically have a black box, you send it in, you do your private shit, it comes out. And you let us worry about privacy because we have an army of cryptographers, 168 scientists we work with. We've written 250 papers. We got labs at Stanford and all these other places. We got an army of engineers, and we know all the privacy people. Okay, they're creepy weirdos. We know all of them, and we talk to them on a regular basis, through private encrypted channels because they're creepy weirdos. And so they talk to us because they trust us. We have a good relationship with them. And so, we can every 6 months make that magic privacy black box better for everybody. We can make it faster. We can make it cheaper to use. We can add more privacy technologies like multi-party computation and homomorphic encryption, and these other things. And you know what that means to you, the builder? Your API goes from this to this. You get some extra stuff you can do. And next year, from this to this, just like ChatGPT. It was
Yeah.
text only. Now you can make pictures with it. Now you can make videos with it. And it can only read text. Now it can read PDFs. Now it can look at images. Now it can do this and this, right? It went multimodal.
Yeah.
Now, did it change the experience? No. API went from this to this to this. And you as a dApp developer, you just be like, oh, that's cool. I get more stuff I can do. And it's the same fee structure. You just pay in Ether. You just pay in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That is keeping it real. That's getting it done. That's how you got to do it. Now, for me, it's the most horrible engineering problem of all time. I mean, just like building ChatGPT is really fucking hard. It's like I got to go swim in a swamp naked with leeches and razor blades and hope the alligator doesn't eat my nuts. It's hard. It's hard. But that's not your problem. That's my swamp. I signed up for that swamp. I like the swamp. Okay, it gives me comfort. My mother must have done something fucked up to me when I was a kid because I kind of like it, But that's not your psychological problem. That's my psychological problem. I just want you to get the gold I find in the swamp. How's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in crypto, it's just pain. It's just fucking pain. If you're serious about it, it's just fucking. I was talking to one of my friends. Yesterday night, I was talking to one of my friends who's also in crypto, and he said something. I'm like, I'm just so numb to all this shit. I don't give a fuck. It just doesn't affect me. Like when I first came into crypto, yeah, like certain things kind of like affect you, but now it's just like, okay, whatever. Numb to
Right.
this shit.
You fall
Uh,
in love with the swamp. There's no
it's
ifs, ands, and
fucking.
buts
You
about
can
it.
swim in a swamp full of alligators, and they
Yeah,
bite your ass, and you still don't feel anything. You're so
right,
numb to this. It used to. I'm telling you right now, you can survive in crypto. You can survive anywhere. I
right,
promise you. You
right,
survive in this industry, you can work in any industry. I don't give
right,
a fuck what anybody says. You're working front face building with people tearing you apart. They don't even know you. They're tearing you apart.
right,
There's some of them even know you. They're tearing you apart.
right,
You go through so much here. If you survive, oh, you can. They used to. Well, they still say it. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, kind of thing.
right.
No, 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 no. If you make it in crypto, you can make it anywhere. I want to ask you one last question about prediction markets before we
Yes.
end here. What do you think about prediction markets? Do you think it's a new asset class that we have
Well,
here?
I think guys like you could benefit tremendously from it because, you have this situation where you're thinking around a current thing. That can be an election, that can be a news item. And the nature of being a commentator, an influencer, or a newscaster is that you don't have certainty around the thing you're thinking around. Historians have certainty. They can look at like 20 years of history and look at all the letters and fact, and they can piece together a kind of an objective reality of what probably happened. Commentators have guesses, probabilities, opinions. So what a prediction market does is it gives you an extra layer to the dialogue because you create economic agency around figuring it out faster. It's a marketplace to figure out what the fuck is going on. you know? So all this stuff happens and we never get the full story. Like, I'll give you a great example. I live here in Longmont, and just up the street, there was a restaurant where some person drove through the restaurant, like crashed and and got all the way up to the cash register in his fucking truck. I was like, "Holy shit." I was driving by and I see all the cops there and everything like that, and it was in the paper as a stub that he was arrested, but no one ever wrote a follow-up story. And I was just like, "What happened?" I've been trying to figure out, why did he do it? What's the backstory here? All this type of stuff. So if I had a market, I could create a marketplace for figuring out that happened, why that happened. So somebody will actually go and write the story. Somebody will actually go figure it out because they know what the reward is. You see, in journalism, you have this problem is like you have to predict what people want. So you're sitting here and you're figuring out your guests for the week, and you're like, "Man, what guy's gonna get their dicks hard? I'm gonna give him a little Brian Armstrong this week. Yeah, yeah, people like him. His head, we'll just polish his head. It'll be nice and shiny, you know? But maybe this week Brian's out and everybody wants Brad, from the XRP community. They're just really excited about Brad. Well, what if you had a prediction market that told you that, if Brad goes on versus Brian, like all these people make money, right? So all these people that are going to be broadcasting, get Brad on, because they have a financial incentive for that news item. So it tells you ahead of time what people want. So when you can make priorities about who to get on the show, what to do. The other thing is when there's uncertainty in a news item, it allows people to kind of gamble on the outcome. And because there's money at stake, they're actually going to have a very informed opinion, which is why prediction markets tend to predict elections better than experts. And prediction markets also tend to predict news items, the outcome of news items, far better than general opinion does. So I would love to see a real-time prediction market while you're streaming. Maybe you build it on midnight. I don't know. I'm gonna pump my backs. All right. I'd love to see you do that with my chat GPT, midnight GPT. I'd love to see that running right here in the panel. And maybe it's a browser app or something. People just click it. And while they're watching, like naturally, people will just put in stuff and they start trading with Gochstein token or whatever your instrument of account is, and they create like these distributions for various things and for various guests, and then it also helps steer the interviews too, because if all the people are betting on shit, you just say, I'm sorry, Charles, shut the fuck up. I got to talk about this. Let me show you. There's like $38,000 on the line right now. What the hell is this thing? It's like,
That's
oh,
right.
that's really interesting, right? Because you create economic agency over what you're talking about, and
Correct.
you have an interactive medium where the people watching can actually interface with the show. Because right now, how can they interface?
They
Chat.
can't. They can't.
That's it. That's it. Could you imagine a prediction markets, with sports? Real time, you're watching and you're just like doing stuff while watching the game. It'll,
I think
it'll
it'd be
actually
really
influence
awesome. I
behavior.
think it really would be awesome because like now, everybody who's tuning in here would really feel like they're a part of the conversation. That's the next step for me when I look at media. And especially when I say this, I really do believe that and I speak for myself. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I feel like I'm the new mouthpiece for finance because
Yeah.
everybody's talking about crypto, and who knows crypto? Like, no mainstream media doesn't know crypto like we do, and they can't explain it like we can do, and they can't bring on guests that can break shit down in layman's terms and or hold a conversation, a normal one. They only know a little bit about Bitcoin. When I listen to them, when I listen to mainstream media, the only thing they know is Bitcoin, and they don't even know it that well. They bring on a bunch of people who have different opinions on Bitcoin, and it's just a circle joke that goes fucking absolutely nowhere. But I'm glad that I get to bring you on, and we should chop it up about that. I think that's a great I think that's a great thing to do, to go ahead and implement like prediction markets
Yeah.
for media. I think that's cool. I know that happened with Kashi yesterday. They did a deal with CNN. I don't watch CNN unless it's Scott Jennings. Unless it's Scott Jennings whipping everybody's ass, I don't watch it, man. That guy, I got to tell you, that guy is good, man. He is good. Um, but hopefully, I can bring you on later this month so we can talk about midnight. I want to. I
Oh,
want
hell yeah,
to.
man. Well, we'll have the postmortem of the launch. We'll be able
Yeah.
to actually see what happened, and
I want
it'll
to bring
either
you
be
on and
like,
see, like, what do you think? What's your take after?
Dude,
So,
it's gonna be like one of two realities. Like, I'll tell you right now, it's either I'm gonna be all polished and look good. I'll be like, "Oh, yes, the launch of Midnight was quite nice," or I'm gonna be just sitting down like this, unbathed in a bathrobe with a fucking shot glass of whiskey, being like, Regrettable things have happened.
If when it succeeds, I'd like you to come back on here with a tuxedo. JP from Exodus was the first person to come on here with a suit, with a tuxedo. Not even a suit, a tuxedo. I was dying laughing. A good guy too.
Fucking
Um,
tucked it up, man. I gotta lose some weight.
you're good. You're good. We see you out there. We see you out there at the conferences. All the
Yep,
ladies swarm
yep. Alright.
towards
Thanks,
you.
man.
But I appreciate you, Charles, for stopping in.
Cheers.
Charles, that is Charles who has Midnight, which is coming. Midnight is coming, ladies and gentlemen. The breakdown, episode 633, sponsored by Gemini. We'll be right back after this commercial break. And this, I'm doing the voiceover, so excuse me. This commercial break is sponsored by Gemini. That's right, Gemini. And the lineup of credit cards. Go check out Gemini.com/David G and check out the lineup of credit cards that Gemini has to offer. They're all issued by WebBank. Also, click my link, sign up to Gemini, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. We'll be back. Tune in at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got Tommy Robinson coming on. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's up? How's it going? That's right. Let me go ahead and change the graphics. You are tuning into the breakdown, episode 633. That's right. You're tuning into me. Tuning into me. Thursday, the markets. We discussed the markets. We talked to Charles just now. He's excited. He's coming out with midnight. That's right. It's about to roll out. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people got airdropped. If you're holding Ethereum, Solana, whatever it is, a lot of you guys are, if it cooks, you're going to cook. That's right. That's what's going to happen. That's cool. He brought up prediction markets. And so you have obviously Poly market. You have others. I'm wondering, would it make sense? Let's go. I'm going to ask this question on the timeline. I'm gonna make a video about it. Make some content about it. Do you think I should incorporate prediction markets the way that Charles talked about it into obviously my show and maybe even my podcast? Like maybe I do that. Should I do it, chat? Go ahead and tell me if I should go ahead and, or again, do I incorporate Poly Market and Kelshi, or do I, create my own, prediction market? I would rather, honestly, I'd rather just, I guess, do something with either of the two behemoths and figure that out than create my own, honestly, because everybody's already on it. So it's just fuck it, let's just integrate it. But and there's been some talks, by the way, so it's not like but could I make my own prediction market? I don't know. Mr. Bravo, what are you talking about? What are you talking? This dude came out of nowhere and just said something. It's just weird. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even understand what you're talking about. Anyway, crypto has rebounded, so that has been great. People are happier. People have more conviction when they see green. It's wild. I'm actually happier when the markets go down than I am when they go green. I'm happier when we see red because that means that I can buy more. I can continue to DCA. I don't know why everybody gets so excited for green from the standpoint that you guys are looking for confirmation to jump into green. You're how many times have I said this? You're destroying yourselves by chasing. You destroy yourselves by chasing. They buy in the red. Entrepreneurs, they buy assets when they're undervalued. Look at Warren Buffett. He's bought things that have been heading into bankruptcy. They've had value. They just weren't managed right. He took on the asset and he made it incredible. I'm just saying you should be looking, or you should be more excited when things go and pull back than waiting for confirmation for a green candle to pop off to jump into something. I don't understand. A lot of you guys have been here for so long, but you know what the problem is? You surround yourselves with a bunch of fucking crackheads. I don't understand what you're saying about my screen. I got to turn off comments again. I'm turning off the comments. That's it. I got to turn off the comments because I got to focus on me. I got to focus on me and what I'm delivering for the people that are out here listening, that tune in every single day to listen to me, rant about something, talk about something, deliver a value on something. I don't have time to talk about where I got my suit from and how expensive it was. I don't got time for none of that shit. You got to stop wasting my time. This is not a place to troll. You want to support. This is not the time and place. Troll me on the timeline. I just want to troll me on the timeline. Get my name out there even more so. Fuck it. By the way, I don't know why people don't love haters. I love people that troll me, that hate me, that despise me. I love it. They will talk about you every single day. There's nobody that talks about you more than your goddamn haters. I love it. I'm getting right now DMs, text messages, and in the chat that I should go ahead and do my own prediction market. I just honestly, I don't want all this shit on. I love to build, but I don't want all this shit on me, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I just like, hey, if it's already out there, let's fucking plug it in. Let's fucking go. I don't want this shit like, that's the only thing, man. And I know, like, if I went ahead and created my own for media, like, I know that it would be fucking great. Like, I know it. I have the audience for it. Like, I know it'd be great and people would appreciate it. And then I'd have other media heads who I know and I have good relationships with. We can go ahead and put that together. I think this is kind of like when, like, this is kind of like the Facebook trying to buy somebody thing. Like, this is when Facebook tried to buy WhatsApp. This is like when Facebook tried to buy Snap. Like, right now, people can, I'm not saying buy me, but people can link up with me. And there's conversations, but people can link up with me and they kind of win because you get my brand, right? Like, you get my brand. Do I have to read out the numbers again? Let me read out the numbers to you again. Let me read this out to you. This is an audience that you don't have. Okay, let me read out the audience that you don't have, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and read this out. Let's read this out. I'll read it out for you right now. Hold on. Let's read this out. Read this out. 2.63 million followers, and that's without Facebook, me signing up to Facebook and even pushing my Facebook page. That's 2.63 million followers total. Viewership is averaging, even though last week it was 1.85 million, the average is in the millions. So it's like, you don't have that. Like, you might have a certain other demographic, but you don't have crypto. That's the biggest thing that motherfuckers don't understand. Let me say something. How valuable media personalities in crypto are. You don't have this sector. You can't buy it either. Because if it was easy to buy, you can just go onto Google and get ads, bro. Like, you can't fucking buy this industry. You can't buy the people that do you know how hard it is to get people to follow you in crypto? It is so difficult to grow an audience in crypto. It's probably the most difficult thing to do is grow an audience in crypto. It's easier probably in fucking politics, because I grew my audience real quick in politics. I have a tremendously big audience in politics. So, like, that was easy. Do you know how hard it is to grow an audience in crypto? It is so difficult. First of all, only 7% of the world is here. Do you know how difficult it is to go ahead and get a share of that? I don't think people understand that. I think that they can't wrap their heads around that shit. Bravo, I got enemies. That's like Drake. I got enemies. I got an enemy. I could play that song too, man. But then I'll get hit with a strike from YouTube, and I don't want to do that. I gotta monetize everywhere, man. Some people have told me start acting Jewish, so I'm acting Jewish. Okay, I'm acting Jewish out here in these streets. I want everything. I'm trying to get every nickel and dime. We were supposed to have Tommy Robinson on. I'm wondering if he's having connection issues. We're on the phone right now, trying to see if we can get him on. Listen, he's on the other side of the pond. I honestly, at this point, knowing that I'm going to run a show like this and you get a lot of guests that are coming on, in the last 6 weeks, we've had a lot of notable guests come on, a lot of big names come on, a lot of cool names coming on. It's expected at this point. I understand it. But like the one thing I need the one thing I just want to say is just shut the fuck up, David. Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We'll be right back right after this commercial break. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the shut the That's Gemini, obviously, ladies and gentlemen. That's Gemini. Let's see. I'm trying to also adjust my camera, man. I'm trying to adjust this shit, man. Yeah, I need a voiceover. I was promised by Austin that Austin Oates from Gemini promised me that he would do a voiceover for me. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. We were supposed to have Tommy on. He's having difficulties coming on, so I'm just waiting. We'll give it another 15 minutes to see if he can get on here, so we can go ahead and chop it up and talk about obviously everything that's going on the other side of the pond. I want to check something out though. Just give me 1 second. I just want to check something out. Yo, I have like bad OCD, man. Okay, hold on. I'm like honestly trying to fix a $4,000 plus camera on live on the show right now. Live on the show, trying to fix a $4,000 camera. Plus, let me look at on my face look in here. Let me see. Hello, check 1 2. Come on, man. Come on. Work, man. What? I'm looking at the goddamn camera and like this YouTube shit's taking forever, man. Guys, is the quality better? Like can you guys in the chat tell me if the quality's better now? I am trying so hard. I am literally trying so hard to make sure that the camera is working correctly, man. I need your help. I need you guys to help me out here and tell me if the quality of the camera just got better. If the lens right now is better. Because it looks like it is. I'm just saying it. I think that it look. Let me get back to crypto. Can somebody in the goddamn chat? You guys are useless, honestly. You guys are fucking useless. You guys are useless as hell, bro. Useless, man. Goddamn useless. It's dark? Why am I not seeing dark, bro? Like you're saying it's dark. I don't see that, man. I don't see that anything's dark, man. I don't see it, man. Where's the dark part? Is the quality better now? I'm asking you guys. I know I look good. I know that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay? It's not the first time that people tell me that I look good. And I still didn't get my fade yet, man. I didn't get my fade yet. Damn, look at this, man. Damn, bro. Damn. I think it looks better now. I don't know. You guys tell me. Does it look better now or not? I think it looks better. I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? You want to tell me that privately. This dude came onto the chat. My own people be really murdering me out here on live. Like I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. By the way, you say that people don't hate me. Yo, somebody went ahead and made a wild tweet talking about like yeah, I don't know. You could click on that fucking thing and report it, man. It was wild. That was wild. I got alerted to that. I was like, what the fuck what the fuck is happening? Talking about I'm a Palestinian protester. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't. The only thing I protest is like a bunch of motherfuckers here in crypto, man. That shit had me laughing. Let's see. I'm gonna be honest. The camera doesn't look that much better from my Mac monitor. I see noise and grain. God damn it. God damn it. But that's honestly, bro. X is shitty. If you go onto YouTube, it's so much different than it is on X. Like the quality of the stream is better on YouTube than it is on X. So X got to step up the game. I can't do anything, man. I can only do as much as I can. At the end of the day, I can only do as much as I can. Okay, there's no way I got a $4,000 plus camera and like this shit is just not producing quality. It is just absolutely no way. I ain't buying any more cameras. I'm not buying. Yeah, look at me. Look at me here, man. I'm looking at myself, man. Boom, like it. I like it, man. I like it here. I like it here, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous guy. Look at that handsome fella. I like it. I don't got an FX3. I got an A7. But I bought the A7 with the lens when it first came out. Now fucking mad expensive. Shit was extremely expensive. I know they got newer cameras now, but like at the end of the day, there's ain't nothing wrong with the A7, bro. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a Sony A7. I ain't buying no fucking $30,000 camera to go ahead and put into the studio, bro. When like these social media platforms aren't able to fucking stream anyway at 4K. I had it on 4K like what was it, a week or two ago? I had it on 4K. I was like slow motion and shit. I don't know who you are. Who's this guy T? Who's this guy T talking to me? I've never even seen you here before. Who is this man? This dude's producing shows and shit. I don't know what the. Hold on, I just want to do one more thing. We'll be right back with the breakdown after this commercial break. Gemini. And that's right. This commercial break is sponsored by Gemini. Episode 633, sponsored by Gemini. Go to gemini.com/David G. Go check that out. And also click my link, sign up to Gemini, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Ah, damn it. I'm muted again. God damn it, man. God damn it, man. All right. It is what it is, man. I'm back. Now you can hear me. I know there's no audio. I get it. Yeah, that chair. I hate working on this live. Like, I really hate working on all this shit live as I'm fucking broadcasting. It fucking, it's irritating. But welcome back to the breakdown, episode 633. I'm gonna have to just cancel off Tommy Robinson. We'll get him on another time. I can't. I got shit to do. So unless he comes on here in the next 5 minutes, I got things to do. I got things to work on. I got a podcast to work on. I got video content to work on. I got things to do. I did want to talk about everything that was happening or is happening over on the other side of the pond. But it is what it is, man. Like, we can do that. We can do that another time. We have a good show tomorrow as well. We have a really good show next week, along with the week after. By the way, again, bro, if he says this, I'm going to kick you off this stream if you say that again. I swear to God. I'm gonna kick you off. I am that. This dude is. I can't believe my man is having a conversation with me live. Anyway, I'll say I would save January 19th, 2025 on your calendars. Okay, I would definitely save that. Also, next week, I will be doing a show, the breakdown. I will be doing the breakdown at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a special guest coming on. Okay, a special guest is coming on onto the show. I need to do it at 6 p.m. because that was the only time. So let's fucking go. I said I'll be suited up and ready to go. By the way, do you think I was thinking today I was thinking about, like, yo, maybe I won't wear the suit. Maybe I'll just go ahead and wear. But then I thought to myself, if I don't come through and come onto the show with a suit on, they won't take me seriously, man. I'm setting the standards out here. Okay, I'm setting the standards. I gotta be wearing the fucking suit. Anyway, back to the prediction markets. I'm going to think about that today. Whether we go ahead and line up with Kelshi, or we do something with Polymarket, or we do it on our own. I just want people to remember something, though. I've talked to a lot of people in this industry. I don't think people understand how important or how hard it is for somebody to acquire an audience in crypto. I think honestly, it's underrated. It's not easy. That's why Porsche didn't sell out with their NFTs. They hired a Web2 firm to try to sell out their NFTs, and they couldn't do it. And they spent millions of dollars on that form to go ahead and have that done. Easily would have been sold out if you gave it to a real personality who understands this entire ecosystem. That's the problem. We have a major problem where, well, I don't think now, so I think more eyes are being opened up to content creators. But I think it's content creators, or I should say media personalities, that are more than just crypto. Crypto and politics. I'm in crypto and I'm in politics, and these two are at the hip with each other now. How many people can say that they ran for office and that they have a audience that talks about politics? Not many. How many media personalities can go ahead and talk about politics? Not many. Not many. Not many. How many of these media personalities that know politics can talk about crypto? Not many. Not many. I am just breaking it down for you how important, how scarce that is. How absolutely scarce that is to find somebody that knows both and knows how to present both articulate themselves correctly. It is hard. It is absolutely hard. No lies found. No lies found. All right, I'm gonna tell Tommy that we can't do it today. Tommy, shout out to you. I appreciate you trying, but we're going to go ahead and just do it for another day. No problem with that. At least some people are respectful and they say, "Hey, like, can we go ahead and reschedule?" We'll do it another day. We'll do it another day. The breakdown episode 633. We'll be back with the quote of the day. This show is sponsored by Gemini. Yeah, I can't do that. I don't want to get I would play the Drake song, but I don't want to go ahead and get demonetized. But welcome back to man. I am man. If I could take a picture and show you how beautiful I look. Anyway, welcome back to episode 633. Shout out to everybody tuning in. TikTok is really destroying everybody out here in these streets, man. TikTok is really showing up. Shout out to TikTok. They love the political talk. They love the political talk. You know, I'm always so good. I'm a proud Republican, MAGA all the way. By the way, I had my highest viewership yesterday. Was it because of the red tie? Was it because I was wearing a red tie and I had the blue suit on and I looked like a straight up Republican? I looked like I was like Senator Gockstein sitting at like a anyway. Let's go with the quote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go with the quote of the day. Tomorrow we have a good show lined up. Next week we do as well. I am going to give you the quote of the day, and then I am going to go get myself a fresh cut that I've been waiting to get, and then I'm going to make some clips and talk about some subjects. Apparently, I signed up to go onto somebody's podcast. I thought I was just supposed to just link up with somebody and just talk to them before a podcast, but apparently I'm just going on the podcast. So that was just unbeknownst to me, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I was looking at a message. I was like, really? I'm going on a podcast, man? I didn't even fucking know. I thought this was just a conversation. I'm wild, bro. It's wild. Yo, yesterday I went to Hotep. By the way, Hotep Jesus at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He hosts a show, Hotep Jesus Live on Kick. And I participated in it. I came in. I was excited to watch him, talk his talk, you know what I'm saying? And he banned me. He put me in the corner because I said things about New Jersey. He literally banned me for saying things about New Jersey. It's wild. Hotep Jesus, and I bought the gift shit, the sub, all this shit. I did all that, and he banned me, man. He put me in the corner. He said he put me in the corner for 5 minutes. I was in the corner for 30 minutes. I was waving. I was like, yo, I even started texting him. I was like, yo, what? I cannot participate in this conversation. Then he had the audacity to go ahead and play a video. And yo, hold on. He didn't even play a video. He searched me and he picked like the worst pictures to go ahead and display, bro. I gotta tell you though, a lot of these media publications, they'll take my picture and they'll take the worst picture ever and they'll put it into their article. Like a lot of you guys like really like take some really bad images. A trading union is one. Like you guys, you pick the worst pictures in the world, bro. Like I am 180 pounds, bro. Y'all make me look like I'm 254 pounds, bro. Like you really make me look like I have 19 chins to me, man. It's disrespectful. It's absolutely disrespectful. It's crazy, man. Crazy work. You make me look in the mirror and question life. I'm like, I work out, man. I don't get it. Like, why are they putting up pictures like this? Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the quote of the day. Enough about me. Let's go to the quote of the day. By the way, I don't know what's happening on X. People are DMing me saying they don't see my show. I don't know. I don't give a honestly, I don't care. I'm doing everything on YouTube now. That's it. And TikTok. I fell in love with TikTok. That's it. That's where you'll watch my shows. You want to tune into TikTok, tune into YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever. Like I don't give a shit no more. Okay, I'm not fighting. I'm not. Some people are saying like, hey, it's a game with the algorithm. I don't give a fuck. I'm not playing no games. Okay, I'm way too old, even though I look young, to play any of these games. I'm out here to build a brand, to deliver value, talk about shit that's important. I'm not here to try to figure out what I should say in order to go ahead and tap into the algorithm. Fuck that shit, man. Y'all can keep that. Like I said, I ain't here for fucking likes, retweets, for the acknowledgement. Like, fuck it all, man. I'm here to deliver for the current audience that I have. If the current audience that I have appreciates the conversations, then so be it. I'll continue to grow. And a lot of the growth has happened outside of X. I'll continue to grow, man. If I have to be on Facebook, seriously, if I have to be on Facebook with your aunt and your grandmas, okay, talking about crypto and politics, I'm totally fine with that. I am fucking totally fine. Because ain't nobody probably teaching anybody about crypto on there. So it's fine, man. You know what? You can listen to the dog shit that you have here on X. I'll go on to Facebook, okay? And Facebook has a tremendous fucking audience. And I'll go ahead and take some mind share there. I have absolutely no problem doing it. I am so determined and I will get the motherfucking shit done. Anyway, here's the quote of the day. Someone out there needs your story, okay? Someone out there needs your story. Someone out there needs to see you succeed so they know it's possible for them too. Be the change. Your journey might feel ordinary to you, but to someone who is barely holding on, it's proof they have been praying for. Sorry, the screen went black. Your progress becomes their permission, your wins become their hope. So keep going, keep climbing, keep becoming. You never know who is watching, who is learning, and who is silently finding the courage to rise because you chose not to quit. That's right. I chose not to quit when people wanted me to quit. I choose not to. I choose to move forward. I hope I'm inspiring people out there to be better. I hope that you're inspired or you find some sort of value from these shows. I'm glad that you guys love the guests that I bring on. I got to give JP his flowers. He went ahead and made his own clip of being on the show in a goddamn tuxedo. I will never forget that. You know what? I got to get a picture of JP. No, that sounds kind of weird though. The only reason why I said that is because he's like the first person that actually came onto the show with a goddamn suit on. And it wasn't even a suit, it was a tux. Okay, so maybe like I was just like, I should have a hall of fame of people that actually look the part when they come on to the goddamn show. Now, people will say, David, you're getting too carried away. Ain't nobody want to see people wearing suits. This ain't Wall Street. Wall Street didn't invent the image of wearing a goddamn suit, okay, and dressing like a professional. That was way before Wall Street. Look the part, look nice, look presentable. You want a big time, man. I'm not saying you can't do it with jeans and a shirt. All I'm saying is look presentable. Look presentable, man. That's all I'm saying. It looks good. I don't know. I love suits, man. I love suits. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the gifts on TikTok. Thank you so much for putting a hat on me and glasses and cherries. I don't know all these things that they're throwing out there. I have no fucking clue what that shit is. But thank you very much for tuning in. It's been 2.5 hours. And on that note, the show is sponsored by Gemini 633. We'll be back tomorrow with guests and we'll have some fun. Peace. And this show is sponsored by Gemini, episode 633. Tune in tomorrow for 634. We have some guests coming through. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, talk about crypto and markets. That's right. We're going to be talking about crypto and markets. Tune in tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, if you like, you can go ahead and tune into Hotep Jesus. That is right. Tune into Hotep Jesus live, 2 p.m. on